I'm Levi Jenkins. My student number is 17080541. I'm recording this for my practical musicianship oral presentation. I will be looking over my past year, things I've learnt, things I possibly haven't, things that I'm doing well at and have taken on board, things that I'm struggling with and I will need to practice. Everything that's gone into learning towards my genres, my performancing, everything's improved my performancing. And then I'm going to finish up with my final presentation on the exam, saying how I think the exam went, what I think could be done better, and just overall what my plans are then for next year, continuing with what I've already done. I'm going to start by going back to the beginning, where the first lesson we were introduced into vocal health. We looked at things that are good for your voice and throat and state, and things that weren't. Some of it I knew, but most of it I didn't, and my vocal health was appalling. One day I struggled with singing for longer than half an hour, whereas now I've gotten to the point I can sing for 3 hours. Not full-blown belting yet, that still needs a bit of practice, but I'm getting there. The main things for good vocal health are water, which is known, honey and lemon if you're coming down with a cold and you need some detoxing, great for coating the sore throat as well as clearing. One I didn't know, pineapple chunks, because of the bromine in it, it's really good for clearing all them vocal cords. We've got other things such as soluble aspirin if you're getting ill. Sleep. I didn't realize how much sleep and stress could actually affect the voice. But if you think about it, of course it will affect the voice. If you're stressed, you're tightening. If you're tightening, your vocal folds aren't going to be as open. If they're not as open, you're not going to get as good a sound. Other things like marshmallow extract, which I was amazed to find out, really good for coating and soothing the throat, which I have been obsessed on all year. Things to cut back on them were obviously alcohol. Not so happy about that one. Tea. Whispering, which one I didn't know. Not meant to whisper, that's worse for your throat, same as shouting. Actually the best thing for your voice is just talking at a normal level. Smoking, everybody smoked. Bad posture, I'm awful for that. Even now, I'm slouching all down where I should be sat up. Making sure that you don't drink too much tea, which I'm a bugger for. I usually drink 30 cups a day, so I've cut back. I'm now on 2 cups, which I think is okay. Dust, pollution, so many things that are just everyday things that constantly we do and surround us, just so bad for your voice. And your voice is an instrument, you need to take care of that instrument. So I am learning. I'm now sleeping lots, I'm exercising, building my core, support my diaphragm and support my voice. I'm doing more water, well, drinking more water, plenty of it, loads a day. I'm taking in the honey and lemon when it's getting sore. The other thing I've evolved to doing is warm-ups, vocal warm-ups, every day if I can. Just putting away 20 minutes will make that difference and that power and that control. One of the more simple ones is 1 1 2 1 1 2 3 2 1 1 2 3 4 3 2 1 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 5 4 3 2 1, and you carry on. You go up to 8, and then you carry on going to, and then you do a reverse. 8 8 7 8 8 7 6 7 8 8 7 6 5 6 7 8. Really good for controlling your pitch and just building up that start on your vocals. Like even now I can tell I haven't warmed up much today. That I struggle with my mid-range. I'm okay with my lows, I'm okay with my highs. My mid-range has always been something I've struggled with, and that I found helped, as well as sirens. My break isn't as bad as it used to be. It's still not perfect, but I'll work on it. We've got another thing then, we want to warm up this area. So we'll do our humming. This will warm up our lips. Once we've warmed up our lips, we want to warm up our tongue. Simple ways of doing this is a stretch. You roll your tongue so it goes touches the back and then forward. And other little things like a trill. We can develop that then onto doing trills like mouse. Also, with the humming and the trilling and everything, we would have got our resonators and contacts, which will add colour to our performance. We'll also do straw breath then to continue, which is a good one for controlling our airflow. We'll breathe in for 4 at least, and then you let it out on 8 at least. You try and breathe in for as long as you can and breathe out for even longer. Generally, you'll breathe out on it, allowing that control. If you put your hand just under your chest, where the diaphragm is, you will be able to feel the control and the movement of it. It should be like expanding when you're breathing in and the pushing out. Then when you're breathing out, good, just simple. And we carry on doing that for a couple of times over. Then we'll go on to doing physical warm-ups, where we'll do the stretches. Front to the back, side, thing, and to the middle. We'll hold each one for slightly longer and push it more and more. We'll go around one rotation, then we'll do the other way, and then we'll repeat the process just to make sure all here is all nice and warm and loose, because at the end of the day you want this area loose if you're going to be using that muscle. We'll then go on to crazy 8s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you'll do this, you'll shake each arm and then each foot, and you'll do it for 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, and 2, then 1. Just give that body that little energy burst it really needs. And then just for singing, we'll want to do a warm. So you just rub your hands really warm and you place it. You put it on your cheeks. You'll do it on your neck. You'll do it on your chin. Do it on your eyes. And just generally warm this area, because obviously this is the most important area for singers. But then one thing I didn't realise, as much as warming up is so key to singing, cooling down is. Cooling down is a similar process to warming up in the physical sense. Apart from, you won't do so much crazy 8s because you're not trying to get the energy in there, you're trying to relax. So you'll do, at the end of all your singing and that, you'll do your hand rub, you warm your neck, you warm your cheeks, you warm your chin, you warm your eyes. And then we'll do my stretches, and slow. And we'll stretch out our backs, and we'll stand up really tall with our posture. And then as a cool down, I like to do meditation. It's not only good for the whole body, but it's good for the voice. It also is a de-stressor in one. And that is one of the main problems we have with singers. You stress, you're hurting that throat. De-stress, meditate at the end of your session, have that full cool down and relax. Then have a rest. Always make sure you have rest days as well. Don't be wanting to go belting a song out every day of the week, constantly. Everyone thinks practice, practice, practice. Yes, practice. Also, never do the practice without a warm up and a cool down. And don't overpush yourself, because the stress is the main thing that will ruin you. After doing all of our vocal warm-ups and cool-downs and everything, we started to study further techniques we could use, rather than just the beginnings and afters, things we could actually apply during singing. One of the main things we did was attacking, so difference between a glottal attack and a breath attack. We have a glottal attack, which is the use of vowels and harsh, compared to a breathy attack, which uses a H before the word rather than a vowel. One of the exercises we would do to try this out would be oohs and e's to a melody. One example for glottal attack: ooh, ooh, ee, ooh, ee, ooh. And then if we were to go to more of a breath attack, we'd go hoo hoo hee hoo hee hoo. It's that different approach, so it gives you a bit more of a vocal colour when you're singing. If you want to attack a song and go harsh at it, you'd go more with the glottal attack. If you want to go soft and more country and that, then usually you'd go use more with the breathy attack. Then we went on to other things like breath control, how to use the lungs, supportive, as well as amongst the diaphragm. One of the main exercises we did for lung support was we'd breathe in for 5, we'd suspend for 5, and then we'd exhale for 5. We would then do this again for 6, and then for 7. So it was a good way of just building up that lung, supportive, holding, and letting it all go. And trying to do this in the constant expanding, and the control of that lung will control the airflow, and that your lungs are your power. They're known as the power of the voice. Yes, the larynx controls the pitch, and the diaphragm can help support, but the power ultimately comes from your airflow. The larynx then, controlling this and controlling the pitch, we will need, which also covers all the vocal folds and helps control what they're doing, needs an exercise in itself. One would be a yawn. Ah. It does open up the larynx and open up the vocal folds to create air space. Another one was silent laughter. Another one for opening up. The third one they had was, again, the roll of the tongue. So you massage and slowly from the back to the front and slowly just control this larynx. Your larynx controls the folds, and then your chest supports this, and it's all entwined, and it all helps create that sound. One of the other then techniques we did was a twang technique. Helpful for certain country or certain songs, in that when you want to reach a higher note, there's more of a character sounding voice. What they would say is doing a similar note to the twang. When you're learning to when you learn to twang, you'll want to go up with the notes, like a siren sort of thing. So you'll go when you're up here. You want to do a quack 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 quack. Learning how to do that. And another really good one to control the twang is like that evil child laughter. But you'll want to do it up as a siren. So you'll go can improve your range by like 10 to 15 decibels, and it's a good way of getting that character and twangy sound. And then we developed this at a later date. We went back into looking at things we did at our twang to get into our belting voice. Get your belting voice similar to twang with the sirens and going up to the top, but then you'll open your mouth more, you'll smile a bit more, you'll be brighter, and you'll have your tongue so it's a pea-sized distance from your palate. So, always helps belt. So those were just some of the things we've done over the year. The main ones I've taken on. Certain ones I can do better than others. I'm still struggling with my belt if it's anything towards middle range, with my whole sirens, that middle break. But it's getting there, and all these are helping me. And I could then apply these to all my different songs. When we went to songs, we went into genres this year. We did 4 different genres. Rock, jazz, funk, blues. Not jazz, sorry, soul. They were all really good. I really enjoyed each one. Each one wanted their different vocal colours involved. Like rock, you would do a lot more belting. Soul, it was a lot more difference in the phrasing. Very clipped quite often, some of it. Then we'd go into other types of singing, and it would be very soft, which would apply the breath attack. Other songs that were powerful and come at you, so we played the glottal attack. All these things helped me in my final performance, where I had to sing 4 songs. I had Highway to Hell, rock song, A Change Is Gonna Come, so soul. Then we had Superstition, funk, and then I had Zombie, another rock. I prefer my rock because I'm better at controlling my voice at the minute with a loud, rather than things such as soul, where it's very free. I'm not very good at letting my voice go and doing the up and down and the soft and the change. And then same with superstitions. I really struggled with the timing, the phrasing on the words, and keeping that upbeat feel. I usually end up making every song sound sad, so I need to learn to smile more and apply some of these techniques that I've learned to get that higher pitch and get that funky feel. Went into the exam, felt really confident, done these vocal colours, looked at what I needed to add to each song. However, it didn't go as I planned. It happens. My anxiety got the best of me. I should have done my meditation, I should have done my warm-up and been confident, and I should have had these lyrics embedded so they could not have been forgotten. But in the moment it happens. I still carried on. I would carry on even if it sung the same verse twice over, and I'd still remain with the melody. One thing I did not struggle with so much, my louds were there, my sirens had helped, you could tell the pitch was there, so it still sounded pretty good on most of them. Only the one song did I really struggle with the pitch, but that was All My Soul, which again I need to more consciously control my breathy attacks and go through my attacks and go through my control in general, just all over. That's what it came down to. For next year, I'd like to do the exam again, but with a better mindset. I need to do more rest. I didn't have much rest from the exam. I was stressed out for the exam, even knowing stress was one of the worst things. I wasn't hydrated enough. I'd had 1 hour's sleep due to being stressed, and then everything falling on top, which is going to only deficit my performance, where I should have just relaxed, done my meditation, applied all these vocal colours we'd learned throughout the years, looked at what I wanted in the style, and then applied that to the style. Like, I want to add clip phrasing, I add clip phrasing. I want to add a crescendo. I want to add sense of journey by adding dynamics. I want to add all these things. And I don't want to be focusing on who's watching and the anxieties of it. You want to be focused on what you've learnt, you know you've improved, and applying those improvements. Overall the year, I've had a successful year. I've come out learning a lot more than I originally planned. But there is a lot more that I also need to learn. Like, my anxiety still needs to be worked with. My mid-break is still weak. My control overall can still be temperamental. But the phrasing, the vocal colours are there. The techniques are put in place now. My vocal health is so much better than it's ever been. My warm-ups are coming along. My warm-downs are coming along. I do have a 20-minute routine, which I know off the top of my head. My cool-downs, my warm-ups, everything in singing. My 20-minute run-through on all my different techniques throughout the year. And then I've also learned all the physicalities in the year to know which ways to strengthen my body. And it's all going to help me with my singing in the future. There was another half to my exam. It wasn't all just about vocals. The whole year, as much as it has been about studying the voice and how to look after the voice, it's also been about how to read music and apply yourself in the world of music. So say I join a choir or I'm chucked into a recording studio, I'm going to need to know how to read some music. This has been my main struggle throughout the year, understanding rhythm and time. But the main thing is just to take it slow. That's what they all say. You just take it step by step. First you look at the time signature, and you want to look at the key signature, and you want to look at the beats per minute in bar, and you want to get your pulse right first before anything. You want to get that pulse. Then you look at the melody and you worry about that. Then you play the first key, and then you worry about the keys of each note. As long as you've got that pulse, and you can read what's going on, you'll be fine for the rest of it. And by the end of my exam, I did a lot better than I thought I would on my sight reading and my pulse reading. However, there are improvements to be made, and the only way you can do this is by practice, 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 practice. So all I need to do is go away now and learn how to place my pitching. If you play me one note, I can place the other ones, rather than you have to play me each note, because you don't always get that. You don't always get that run through in this industry. And the other one is my pulsing. My timing's always been off. I'm not very good at clapping. I can read it, I can't clap it. But that will again just come. That will come mostly through listening. Watching and listening. Listening to the drum beats, listening to, a simple like slap pattern. Watch a rhythm piece, look at the slap pattern version of it, look at the beats per minute to match up with that, and you'll hear it. one we had to do it this year was like if it was a 1 beat and then a 2 beat, and we had like halves and that. We had 1 or 1 and a, or 1 e and 1 e, 2 e. There's all different ways of breaking up the bar, and I found it really did help. But that is one thing that I'm really gonna probably be my main focus for next year. I've got some singing critiques. I know where I'm at, where I need to go, and it's mostly anxiety there more than other things. Anxiety, my sirens, and then next year focus on my rhythm and my pitching from sight reading. And that's my year done in a nutshell. So thanks for listening.